Chipotle's menu only has a few items, but it's highly customizable. Born in 1993, that's what's made Chipotle one of the most successful fast casual restaurant chains in the US. Like most of the restaurant industry, Chipotle's revenue took a big hit during the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. And today, it's dealing with inflation that's increased labor, transportation, and food costs. Yet despite these setbacks, Chipotle's sales are actually growing. Here's how Chipotle's focus on efficiency and innovation helped it bounce back and become one of the country's most valuable quick service chains. This is the economics of Chipotle. Chipotle's revenue has increased by more than 200% over the past decade. Its stock price has increased about 400% in the last 5 years. Much of Chipotle's success comes from its efficient and what it calls transparent in-store experience.
Chipotle has really, in a lot of ways, made the whole fast casual category for restaurants. It's not fast food, it's not full service. They've generated a lot of sales from people who want this alternative that seems fresher and faster than fast food, but is not a full service experience. Fast casual design can help them reduce some of their labor expenses, which helps with profits.
Chipotle's menu is relatively small, but it's easy to customize.
There's tons of stuff you can put on your meal. That's proteins, that's cheeses, that's vegetables, that's all the salsas and sauces. And for a customer, that makes it exciting. They get lots of different things they can customize their meal with. The more limited menu in general is better for restaurants and their profits. It's less things to train the restaurant workers on. It's less waste.
Chipotle's founder, Steve Ells, emphasized having an open kitchen. He wanted customers to be able to see the ingredients and preparation in front of them. Today, employees work at individual stations to serve already prepared ingredients, making the ordering process more efficient for customers.
We can serve as many as 100 customers within a 15-minute period. What's a better way than telling people that it's fresh? Showing them. Let them come in and discover for themselves.
This transparency has been very important for Chipotle, especially after its food safety issues. After several outbreaks of E. coli, salmonella, and norovirus in Chipotle restaurants, the company implemented several changes, like improving food preparation and storage procedures, encouraging sick employees to stay at home, and bringing on a new CEO, Brian Niccol. After several outbreaks between 2015 and 2018, Chipotle's stock price took a hit. However, its focus on its digital ordering platforms helped drive up revenue, and stock prices started to climb. Back in 2008, Chipotle became one of the first fast casual chains to create an online store pickup model. In its first year, Chipotle's digital sales accounted for $13 million, or just 1% of its total sales. In 2022, digital sales grew to $3.4 billion. That's now nearly 40% of Chipotle's food and beverage revenue.
If you're ordering online digitally, that is made for you at a whole separate part of the kitchen, which is just dedicated to online orders.
Chipotle's app and online ordering systems were also vital during the pandemic.
The pandemic obviously was terrible for all restaurants, but Chipotle did have some advantages there in that they had this whole digital ordering platform really set up and scaled beforehand.
When the pandemic first hit, we saw that people stopped going to restaurants for some period of time, so we saw our sales drop pretty significantly. But it only took like a week or two before we started to see that while they first stopped visiting restaurants, the adoption of the digital ordering really picked up very, very quickly. And so I would say within the first 4 weeks, we had our digital ordering soar from about 18% to it at one point hit 70%.
Chipotle also designed its stores to have 2 separate prep stations called make lines. One make line is just for in-store orders, and the other is for digital and catering orders. This made food pickups quicker for customers who didn't want to spend time indoors.
Like most stocks during 2020, they were still lower than they were before the pandemic. But by the end of the first year into the second year, most stocks had fully recovered. We hit our all-time high in 2021.
Recently, Chipotle has continued to expand its digital ordering services with a new pickup option for customers called Chipotlanes.
Let's go ahead and offer all the convenience of the drive-thru. But when you order ahead of time, you know exactly what time to come, and so there's no line. You drive up, and you pull to our window, you get your food, and off you go.
The first Chipotlane opened in 2018, and there are already nearly 600 across the U.S. Chipotle says at least 80% of new restaurant locations opening in 2023 will have Chipotlanes. But that's just one example of how Chipotle has continued to innovate to attract customers. Chipotle frequently uses social media to attract younger consumers by releasing recipe videos, animated short films, Roblox games, and social media campaigns like the Lid Flip Challenge with major influencers. Chipotle has also used social media to drum up excitement about new menu items and innovate its menu options to keep up with consumer trends.
Adding new things for customers is very important to Chipotle, and they have a whole process for this where they try these items in-house, really test and learn before they test in stores. They want to keep customers interested even if most of their menu is staying the same.
So, what's next for Chipotle?
In general, the online ordering, even when you pick it up in the restaurant, is just much more efficient.
The company says it wants to open more locations that are only used for online pickup orders. They won't have any seating for customers. This will also cut down on labor costs, since workers won't need to clean seating areas and bathrooms as often.
We think the idea is let the customers choose which channel they want. Now our job is to make sure every channel is convenient, it's easy, it's fast, so that we don't give any friction whatsoever, but make sure every experience that you can provide in every channel is a great one.